So what you're looking to do when you have these expressions with a leading coefficient other than 1 is always check, can you remove any common factors, and then you look for the other patterns. So when I look at the numerator and denominator, probably the denominator is easier to see that there's a common factor you can remove from all three of those terms, which is a 12. If I take out a 12 from the top, or from the first term, I get v squared plus 3v minus 4. And so now this becomes an easier trinomial to factor and work with. Okay, so more than likely I'm going to pull something from the numerator. So I'm going to check the 3 first. And when I do, I can remove the 3 from each of these terms, leaving a v squared plus 13v and plus 36. Okay, once I get to this step, I can then factor. And when you choose to factor, in this case, both of these are leading coefficients of 1, so they're both kind of in the same level of ease to factor. So I'm going to try to reverse FOIL. My two factors of positive 36, whose sum is a plus 13, are plus 9 and plus 4. And then in my denominator, the factors of negative 4, whose sum is the middle term, plus 3, are plus 4 and minus 1. So once I get to this step, I can cancel any common factors. So the v plus 4's cancel. 3 goes into 14 4 times, and this gives you your solution. When you write your solution, the v plus 9, if you have a binomial or multiple terms in your numerator, they need to go inside their own set of grouping symbols, and then divided by. And because I have multiple factors in the denominator, I do also need to put its own set of grouping symbols. So the whole denominator is going to have a set of grouping symbols. I have a factor of 4 and a factor of v minus 1. And so this is what my factored form, or my simplified form, looks like. Okay, once I establish that, I can then look to see, did I cancel any variable factors that contain variables from my denominator? And I see that I did. V can't equal a negative 4. That would have given me division by 0. Is that apparent in the simplified form? Or in this simplified form? It is not. So negative 4 is an additional domain restriction. Does it matter that I canceled a factor 3? Numerical factors aren't going to affect the domain restriction, only the factors that contain variables. Okay, so this would be my answer for that problem.